Cool flowers open. Beautiful. How do I even intro these? Got a new jar and we're gonna make a cool terrarium out of it. I really like this style of terrarium where I use rocks and try and make it look like how the plants would grow in the wild. Today, I'm gonna go on a hike. I'm gonna go look for some plants in the wild, see how they would grow and try to recreate that in this terrarium. Let's go find some plants, find a little hill and recreate that hill. Don't know what the hell I'm doing with this, but whatever. I've made it here. We're just waiting for Kai, so I'm just going to quickly do a balance. That was actually really scary. I spilled this on my camera and it got in the mic port, but it looks like it's working again, so yeah. Kai Life went to the wrong spot, so I'm just gonna walk to the spot. We can meet him there. There's some naked people coming. We're gonna go this way. I don't like naked people, unless sometimes I do. We're gonna go have a look up here. Alright, so we're looking for Drosera and we're looking for Utricularia. Alright, found some Drosera. This looks like Rosulata. I'm gonna keep going. What is this? I don't know. Let's go. As we come up the hill, look what we got. More Drosera. Some cool flowers open. Beautiful. Look at that. I've got the first pygmy. I actually don't know if it's classified as a pygmy. We got a little glandular here. As we're coming up this hill, finding so many species. That's at least 3, maybe 4 species now. Coming through here, you can just see the amount of Drosera that we have just growing everywhere. We're gonna continue to the next spot, and maybe we can try find Kai Life there. Now these shoes are mad slippery. Put my bag on, put the camera. Do need to go to the toilet. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. I'm gonna film myself coming down here, because if I slip, that would suck. What did I just say? I landed on my ass. Look at my ass. Can you see that? These are my work pants. I gotta go to work now, and my ass is wet. And I've got shit on me. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. This is our next spot. I've seen lots of plants here before. We're gonna continue. And hopefully we don't slip over again. Small glandular. Every time I stop recording for like 2 seconds, I find another species. We've got some Erythrorhiza here. Somehow Kai made it there before me. I told him to hurry up, and then I got distracted looking at plants, so we gotta run, catch up to him. We just gotta find Kai Life. Once we find him,
excuse me. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ?
That rock over there.
Sorry.
Look at the red on the hill. All of that's Drosera.
Look at all the green in the background. They're all trees.
What? Dude, you can eat those ones.
No, you can't.
Growing out of these rocks. I found some extras. Not gonna lie, I almost forgot the mission of today, which was trying to find a spot to recreate in a terrarium. So I'm really liking the look of this rock. I'm gonna take some cool shots. This is another species. I believe this is Pallida. can see really, really tall.
I'm on auto.
There you go. I'm at the waterfall. I'm gonna try to do some jumps. I went through a spider web and accidentally, I didn't see it, and I went to go wipe my nose. And I just like wiped the spider into my nose. And if you've ever smelled the inside of a spider, it doesn't smell great. I've just been jumping down here. Oh, that smell.
And I'm back, boys.
I just pat that on my shoe.
He just did one of the what is it? The bushman's blows.
Snot rocket.
Snot rocket, bang straight onto his green
Straight
shoe.
onto
You
my
can't
green
tell
shoe.
it because the shoe's the green.
You can see it right there.
Yeah.
I walked through a spider, like a big spider web, and it was on my finger and I didn't see. And I just crushed it against my nose and it smells f***ed.
So you smelled a.
I can smell the inside of the spider. Inside of the spider.
Damn, I almost wanted to say, can I smell your nose? But that would basically look like we're kissing. It's gonna take all of it, man.
You got it.
Yep.
So, found a cool hill. We're gonna try recreate in a terrarium. There's a cool little valley where the water would flow through, a pond at the bottom, which is always nice. 2 feature hills for some Drosera. Alright, we're back at home. It's the next day. I've got the terrarium. Now my camera is about to die, so while that's charging, I'm gonna start filming on the GoPro. So we're adding the siphon tube in case it does get overfilled. That way you can take that water out. This can also be used as a watering tube, whatever works best. Give it a wash. Cut out a piece of weed cloth. Those holes are now covered up. Gonna add some charcoal. This might help with some of the wicking. Just a quick thin layer. Why did I say it like that? I don't want anything getting in the tube, so super thin layer of sand and perlite. Now, I don't know if this actually does anything. I like to think that the sand layer will help prevent clogging, hopefully allow it to drain nicely, while still having these sphagnum pockets to wick up water when needed. I could be completely wrong and it's doing absolutely nothing, but we're gonna do it like this. You know, if you dig a hole, it's not just one layer. There's heaps of layers. This is the same thing. We're trying to make all of those different layers. Like I said, could be doing absolutely nothing, but I don't care. Also, this thin layer, it could just be reversing exactly everything that I've just done. Nah, it's such a thin layer, it'll be fine. Next, let's get some soil in. Let's add a second layer of charcoal. Now the charcoal is only for the springtails, so we want the springtails to be able to access this charcoal on multiple levels. What if they can't get to the bottom? You know, what if they're little idiots and they can't get there? We gotta help them out a bit. You know, these could be untrained springtails. So I'm having a look at our photo here. This left side is going to be where the tube is. Now we don't have a lot of space and we do need to get this quite tall. So we're gonna have a few rocks pressed up against here, getting that height nice and quick, just because if we use soil, it will just tumble over. Not exactly how it looks in the photo, but we'll try and make it as best as we can. I think this looks like a good height towards the bottom. The lowest point is actually close to the middle, and it does come up again. So when you fill up the terrarium, there can be that small puddle as well. I have some nice pieces of granite I collected from a friend's property quite a while ago. I can finally use them in a terrarium. So I've boiled them, given them a wash. Now we can start to plan how we'd want to use them in here. The back section in the middle, we don't want too high. The hill on this side is going to be slightly lower than the top of this hill. It looks like this is too gradual of a slope. Looking at the photo again, it's quite steep. So we're gonna try and dig out some of this soil just to try and make it a bit steeper. So we can see that channel going from our little pond area all the way to the back. And that was hard, should have recorded that. We ripped out some Drosera, as you can see. I'm gonna try keep it in the biggest clumps possible. That'll be just the best chance of survival. First lot is gonna go in here. Okay, get the shovel out. Next lot, across here. My camera's about to die, so I'm just gonna turn it off while I plant this last bit in. All the Drosera is in. But I think we're gonna put Drosera on this and maybe a different species along this top here. So I've just about finished the terrarium. All we need to do now is put one extra plant in, which is going to be the Utricularia. I have in this pot, I'm not sure the species, but I was told it's a Western Australian native. See, they got a good portion of it. Try to slot him in right into that. Make it. Once this Utricularia has grown in place, hopefully those roots will help keep some of these rocks where they should be. On this hill, I'm going to be using this Biotope. I only did this because they're quite small plants, but usually you wouldn't want to cut out of the pot. I forgot to say that I'd also finished planting all of the Drosera, and we even got these cool little rock ferns. Also native. I think the next step is to finish getting the rocks in. Now the most important rock is going to be the one that covers up this hole. So this rock doesn't wiggle around and get dislodged, I'm actually going to super glue another rock to the bottom, and that should hold it in place nicely. Which, some red rocks, some chips of granite. We've got a whole lot of small rocks now, all of these ones, and I've crushed all of these. We don't have a lot of moss to use, so what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to steal little bits of moss out of some of my other terrariums. I've got a little bit of moss. As you can see, most of the moss is towards the front and the base, so that's probably what we're going to be doing in here. Right, let's try our rock. Comes away nicely. It's been about 2.5 months since we made this terrarium. We're going to do a bit of an update and see how the plants went. All of the Drosera seemed to transfer really well. Utricularia has also done really well down the bottom here. As you can see, we have quite a few flower spikes. Now, when I was sold this Utricularia, I was told that it was a WA native, but it recently flowered for me, and it didn't really look like any of the WA native ones, so I'm not exactly sure. But we'll have to find out once I can confirm that properly. The Biotope at the top has done really well. All transferred super nicely. There's a tiny little flower. Ferns kind of died off a little bit, not gonna lie, but I do have some extras that I'm going to replace them with now. And the Drosera, being more mature plants, I did think that they would die off a lot more, which is okay. As you can see, some are still going strong. I do still have some other Gemme that I'm going to use to replenish this. Now the weeds that we have in the terrarium, you can see one Drosera here, which is not a Drosera, so we will try and remove this. And also up the top here, there is Utricularia bisquamata. That is, I believe, an African species. Because it is embedded in the skin in the Drosera, we're not going to be able to take this out. I guess it shows how certain ecosystems are overrun by weeds as well, I guess. But yeah, all done really, really well.